In this tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to connect your Avalonix Pro Series IP camera to your NVR. In this case, our camera is set to an IP address of 192.168.1.88 and it's on the network that's shared by the NVR. You can hit device search and add your camera. Sometimes if it doesn't appear, you want to make sure your cable is correctly connected, and I am actually now going to connect my camera to the network. And once you have ensured that your camera is properly connected and you have a good cable, if you hit device search, the camera should pull up. Here, number 2, we're actually seeing port 3 quadruple 7. That's our regular IP cameras that we use, and then the Avalonix Pro series shows up as port 2000. Now, if you are able to pull up your camera and you have the ability to just click on it, you have not changed any of the default admin credentials. Basically, the default admin user is admin and the password is admin, and you haven't changed it on the camera, you can just hit add. And the camera will appear like so. This is a camera that we have it sitting on a desktop. It's a dome camera. We haven't flipped the image or anything like that on it yet. That can be configured on the camera. But this tutorial is meant to show you how to add your camera to your NVR. Let's say if your camera did not show up on the top, how would you add it manually? Sometimes it happens that cameras don't show up on a device search for some reason because of how your router is configured. It doesn't let the NVR scan the network. So here's a overview of what the credentials should look like. The thing to note is your manufacturer should be ONVIF, correct IP address for the camera, RTSP port 554, and then the HTTP port for 2000. And then remote channel should be number 1. Of course, use your correct username password. The username and password should not be more than 6 characters. And make sure this is on auto. So I'm going to delete our camera from the view to show you what I mean. So let's pretend you did not see any of this, but you were definitely sure that your camera's on the network. You can ping it from the computer, access its web menu. So you click on manual add, select the ONVIF driver, enter the correct IP address for your camera. RTSP port is 554, and in this case the Avalonix Pro series uses an HTTP port of 2000. Admin in my case, everything else is left alone. And here we go, we have the camera pulled up here. Now if you need to change any encoding settings or anything like that with the Pro series, you just cannot go in here and simply change it. You will have to go back into the camera to change those settings. So although it may appear like this, I'm changing them here. If I go back, they're still at the default. So because this is using the ONVIF driver, any camera using the ONVIF driver will not get passed along the configuration settings from the NVR. You have to go and configure those settings directly at the camera. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you found it useful.